It's officially winter. I'm Wilsie, and today we're going to talk about how to bring your plants indoors for the winter. Of course, if you live in the Northeast, it's a little too late for that. However, if you live in other parts of the country where it's warmer yet, starting to get a little cool, this will help you on your way. For those in the Northeast, you can save this video for next year. So, let's go inside. Okay, so now we're in my basement, nice and toasty. So we're going to talk about bringing plants in for the winter. Generally, the plants that people are bringing in for the winter are their houseplants, like this. You put them out during the spring and summer. They get nice fresh air and sunshine, and they get bugs. So about a week before you're going to bring them in, you're going to want to spray them. I use a fungicide. It's actually 3 products in one. It's organic. It's a fungicide, an insecticide, and a miticide. It's safe to use on your houseplants. You can use it on your plants out in the garden as well. I don't use it on my vegetables. I don't do anything with my vegetables as far as any kind of bug killers. So I'm going to show you how you go about spraying the plant. All right, we're going to spray this plant. I'm going to put a mask on because you're inside and you don't want to be breathing the fumes. If you're outside, you really don't need it. Gloves, you always want to wear gloves. Even with the safest of products, it's still advisable. I think it says so right on the label. So now, we're going to spray this plant. I usually put down newspaper, and the first thing I'm going to do is spray the soil. Just get it all the way around. And then I'm going to kind of spray up the stem. And then I'm going to spray the leaves. And I'm going to start from the bottom up. You want to get the front and back of the leaf. Go all the way around. I think the product actually says do it to drip or something like that. You'll have to just read it and see what it says. And you're going to do the whole plant. See how it's dripping? You can probably hear it. And that's really all you do. And then you're going to want to give it a week of being outside, letting the insecticide work before you bring it in. Okay, so here it is a week later. You're going to bring your plants inside now. And you're going to want to do a few things. They've been in the same soil since the spring, maybe even since last winter when you brought them in and repotted them. So you're definitely going to want to repot them. You're going to want to prune them back a little bit. When you're repotting, you're also going to want to clean the roots a little. Just kind of gives the plant a nice fresh start for the winter. So you're going to need a few things. You're going to need a clean pot, fresh soil, pruners, 2 containers of water. You can use a bowl, 2 bowls. I use these aluminum things that you get cheap at the market or at even at the dollar store. They're going to both have tepid water in them. One of them is going to be soapy water. Use just a couple of drops of like Dawn or something like that, a mild detergent. If it's safe for the ducks, it's safe for the plants. Make sure you put down newspapers. You're going to want to have a little bit of water handy. And last but not least, you want the plant. So now we're going to pot this guy. So in the interest of saving time, I've already filled my clean pot with dirt. Before you actually unpot the plant, what you're going to want to do is mix a little bit of soil up with some water and kind of fill the pot and then scoosh around the sides. I don't know if scoosh is really a word, that's the word I use, to kind of make a little house for the roots. When you put the water in it to kind of get it to a decent consistency, you want it to kind of just hold together a little bit. You don't want to like get it sopping wet. So you get your pot ready first. Now I'm going to have to turn my back to you, but here we go. In order to unpot this, you want to hold on to the plant at the base, tip it over, give it a few knocks, get it out of the pot. Hopefully it'll eventually come out. There we go. Set the pot aside. Turn your plant over. Get as much of the soil as you can, gently, from around the roots. You don't have to get every bit of soil, but it's helpful if you get a decent amount of it. Just kind of work around the roots gently. I do advise wearing gloves. Now that we've got most of the dirt out from around the roots, we're going to give it a little bit of a bath. So first, we're going to put it in the soapy water. And you're not going to get every single bit of dirt off of this. That's not really the point of it. It's just to kind of wash the roots. And now we're going to take it and put it in the clean water to get the soap off. Like so. And I'm going to take a little bit of water and just kind of go around it, make sure I get all the soap off. There we go. Now, I'm going to move the dirt out of the way, bring over our pot, and pop this guy in that nice little hole that you made for it, just like that. And then we're going to fill it the rest of the way with dirt. Generally, the dirt in the pot is going to be dry, which is why when you're filling the pot initially, you want to make sure you wet the dirt, because you don't really want to just pot this thing in dry dirt. And then push it down all the way around, push the soil down all the way around to kind of get all the air out. Make sure you leave a little bit of space at the top so that when you're watering it through the winter, the water isn't like running out all over the place. And there you go. So now I'm just going to give it a little more water. There we go. And you clean it off. And now it's potted. So now we're just going to prune it a little bit. So I'm going to take, because I really want this to kind of, see how it's a little bit jiggly? It's because it's been uprooted. So I'm going to take off like this top part right in here. Not going to hurt it. I'm just going to take it down a little bit. And if you're pruning from the top, it's going to help it to bush, which is what I want it to do. There we go. And let's see, if we turn it around a little bit. Maybe I want to take this one off too. Make sure your pruners are nice and sharp. There. Now he's ready to go wherever you want to keep him for the winter. I'm going to put him over here for now. So normally, when you're bringing plants in, you're not really bringing in annuals. You know, those pretty little things that you grow during the summer in other pots, like, petunias, impatiens, begonias. Generally bringing them in doesn't work very well because you don't really have the same type of environment inside as you do outside, unless you have a greenhouse. Wouldn't that be nice? Anyway, I decided to try an experiment because in the middle of September, when I was kind of cleaning everything out, my petunias were all like done and all my annuals were done. Lo and behold, in this one garden, there was a petunia that had popped up out of nowhere. And it had like 7 or 8 flowers on it, and they were really pretty. And I'm like, you know what? This guy shouldn't even be blooming right now. I'm going to see if I can bring it in. So I dug it up, gave it some fresh dirt in a pot, cut it way back, actually cut almost all the flowers off, left it about maybe that much, and check it out. Craziest thing. I've got this really pretty petunia. Now it's a little on the leggy side, it's true, because it's reaching for the light. I've got it in the sunniest window that I have in my house, which is not really very sunny compared to what it really requires. But the darn thing's blooming. So I'm going to see if I can keep it alive through the winter so that I can put it out in the garden next year, because it really is quite a pretty plant. I hope this video helped shed some light on how to go about bringing your plants in for the winter. If you have any comments, please put them in the comment section. Any questions? I certainly will answer them. I will put some links down there for any of the products that I've used. And maybe it'll also give you some ideas as to how to do an experiment or two. Until next time, happy gardening!